live tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Morning Coffee with Mike. It's the final countdown to the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference. It is going to be incredible. Let me take some of this music down here. Got that going on in the background. How's everybody doing? Hope you had a great weekend. I see the little fire coming up over here on Instagram. Yes, the conference is going to be fire. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see all of you guys there. So tomorrow, the conference is going on from 10 a.m. until about 6 o'clock all day long. So here, let me put this down into the comments over here. And if you're watching over on YouTube, Instagram, we've got it embedded into the video. So Trading Mindwheel com. That's where you need to go to register. I'm posting that here in Instagram. And I just got that little check mark thingy next to my name too. So here's another thing, right? So just a service announcement for everybody. The only account that I have has the little check mark next to it, whether you're watching on Instagram, whether you're watching over on Twitter or wherever else. I've got the little verification mark now. So if anybody else ever contacts you anywhere, it's only me if there's that little check there. And I'm not just DMing people at random. So anyhow, back to the virtual conference tomorrow. We've got so much in store. It's incredible. So I want to, on this show, give you a little bit of a preview, a little bit of a rundown of what we've got going on tomorrow. Plus, we also have a few questions that have come in. Well, we've been taking questions all week long, all last week. And I want to share with you a few of them here on the show now. So we'll go through all that. And of course, if you're not registered yet, you still have time. Go to tradingmindwheel.com. It's absolutely free to register for tomorrow's conference, full day. All right, so here's what we've got in store for you tomorrow. I'm reading through the full list here of everything that we've got going on, plus the panelists and everything. So here's what we've got. So 10 a.m. We're kicking things off. Jason Greystone is going to be our MC, our host. If you don't already know who Jason Greystone is, fantastic guy. He has the Always Free podcast. He runs Tier 1 Trading. He's hosted a number of events. The next one coming up is the Trader Vault Summit, which we're planning tentatively in New York City. I'm going to be there live as well as a lot of other people, so looking forward to that. Jason's going to be our host for tomorrow, and it's such an honor to have Jason on board with us. So that's going to start at 10. The first panel, we're going to be starting at about a quarter after, right? So the first panel is going to be on mindset, beliefs, belief systems, emotions, habits. All those things are interconnected. They're all linked. I talk about all of them in the Trading Mindwheel book. Some of you have already gotten the book. So it's kind of crazy that the book is already out there. I've started to see some reviews come in already. The reviews are incredible. I appreciate you guys. If you left me a review, if you're watching this now, if you left one of those reviews, thank you so much. I appreciate all your kind words, all the emails and everything, all the love. If you haven't gotten it yet, go grab a copy now. It's available everywhere: Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Target, Books A Million, different spots. You could grab it on tradingmindwheel.com. But the first panel is going to be that mindset panel. And on the mindset panel, we've got Adam Sarhan, Anthony Credelli, Austin Silver, and we've got Pat Walker. All these guys, plus Mia and Jason will be there too. This panel is an all-star lineup. Adam's written a best-selling book on trading psychology. Anthony has interviewed the best of the best on his show, on his Futures Radio show. Austin, Austin, if I could go back in time and have a mentor, Austin might just be it, because he he not only is he so young, but he's so driven and he's got his mind right and he's doing everything right when it comes to mindset, when it comes to trading, when it comes to forex, and just developing the skills, right? He's focused on the skill development, and that's what has allowed him to progress so super fast. And Pat's got like 40 years of trading experience. Pat Walker, you guys over here watching on Twitter, you guys know who Pat is. You guys over here on Instagram, you need to hop on over to Twitter and follow Pat Walker. Amazing guy. Next up, we've got the journaling and the post analysis uh, panel. That's going to start roughly at 11 tomorrow. Journaling and post analysis is absolutely crucial to your continuous development in trading it, and it's kind of sad that it's so it it doesn't get the attention that it deserves, and even fewer people actually do it. Um, if we want to continuously improve, we've got to track our results. And it's got to be a lot more than just logging into your account every once in a while and checking your P&L and saying, well, there it is. Uh, we if you're actively tracking your stats, if you're actively tracking your plans, uh, you're able to course correct in real time. You're able to go back and look at what you were doing, say, last quarter, over the last 6 months, and see, well, what was working here, what wasn't working there, and have over time, you'll build this massive archive, and even that archive is going to serve you. So few people do this. I didn't do it either when I first started out. And one of the things that I would go back in time and tell myself too is to start journaling earlier, and to really dial that part of the game in, because without journaling, without post analysis, we're kind of sunk. Yeah, I see Daxter saying that he does that every week, and that's fantastic. And he's seeing the results too. Really, like, man, yeah, I wish that you were able to come back and talk some sense into me, maybe about 25 years ago. Jeez, journaling, post analysis, absolutely critical. Next up, then we'll be talking about market and trade analysis and all the different skills that go into both analyzing the market, so the environment of the trade, as well as the trade itself, the actual thing that you're looking at getting. On that one, Austin's back on that panel. Then we've got Akil Stokes. Akil is amazing too, amazing trading coach, great mindset, like great empathy, just generally cares about people. Stu Chalmers. Stu was one of the members in the elite program that I run, and he progressed, and now he's one of the coaches inside the program. He's absolutely fantastic, has such a fine eye for detail, and we're super blessed to have Stu as one of the panelists. Plus, Pat Walker is also going to be on that market and trade analysis too, and Pat just he's been crushing it lately. So much stuff to see from Pat. Then we're talking about risk reward and position sizing. All this stuff is at the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference. So for those of you that are just logging in right now, go to tradingmindwheel.com, register for the conference. The conference is absolutely free. Go check it out. So risk, reward, and position sizing. Now, this is what's going to make or break a lot of people. The people that go through that boom and bust, right? Like if you've blown up an account, it's likely because of this here, risk, reward, position sizing. If you find yourself stuck in the mud and unable to make progress over a long period of time, you might not be sizing large enough to make progress. So that's where the risk reward and position sizing comes into play. And we've got some major heavy hitters on this one. So Adam Sarhan's coming back to talk about some of that stuff. Um, we're talking to Anthony Credelli, Jim Ropel, who is a legendary hedge fund manager. Can't wait to talk to Jim about risk reward and position sizing. Stu's going to be a part of that panel too. And of course, yours truly. That is happening Let's see. Well, when is that one happening? Oh, that one's happening right after lunch. So that the risk panel is going to start at about 2 o'clock. Then we've got trade management and portfolio management on that panel. That's going to be Adam, Pat, Jim, Stu, and me. And trade management and portfolio management. So, how you're managing the trade after you're in it and throughout the life cycle of that trade. And it's whether you are a day trader, scalper, or you're a swing trader, whether you're holding it much longer. Uh, every trade is going to have a certain life cycle, and every single trade that you're going to have will eventually be sold at some point. How do you manage that trade? Are you going to wait until it gets to the ultimate target? Are you going to have different ways to scale out of a trade if it starts to roll over before your targets? All these things. And this panel, geez, to talk to a hedge fund manager on how they're managing trades, to get that kind of perspective, to talk to shorter term swing traders like myself, like Stu. Pat's more of an intermediate kind of guy, and so is Adam. Hey, you're getting the best of the best, and it's yeah, for crypto too. Same principles work in whether you're trading crypto, whether you're trading forex, and that's why we've got a variety of speakers here, right? So I trade stocks. We mentioned Austin, we mentioned Akil, they're forex guys. Anthony Credelli, he's a futures trader. So and plus I've traded crypto as well. So all the strategies and the skills are applicable no matter what asset class you're trading. These are core. These are fundamental things, and this is why you really need to be showing up tomorrow for the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference. Register, and if you're thinking, oh, you know what? Like, I wish that I could, but I've got work, I've got this, I've got that. Register for the conference anyway, because we're going to send out the recording to everybody that registers. So make sure that you're registered for the conference. Go to tradingmindwheel.com and register for tomorrow's conference. Then, the second to last part of the conference tomorrow, factor modeling, back testing, and forward testing. That is going to start. Right, got all my papers here. That's going to start at about 4 o'clock, and that's going to be a discussion between me, Akil, and Jason Greystone. Now, why is factor modeling so important? Well, what the heck is factor modeling? Factor modeling is this. You're going to figure out, well, what actually works? What actually makes money? Well, what do you like? What resonates with you? And then you're going to find out the factors that makes that thing work, right? So it's kind of like you're a scientist. You're going in and you're trying to figure out how this thing works so that way you could model it for yourself. Once you've built your models, once you've constructed your hypothesis, then that's where the back testing part comes in. So that way you could see how that thing would have worked in the past, and you don't have to go and spend a lot of money and waste a lot of time trying to figure out in real time, does your model now work? How you customize this for yourself. Then the forward testing part, that's where you start to put a little bit of money to work and allow your test to see if the test proves to make you money over time. That this is how you're testing your hypothesis in the real world, and if it does work, then guess what? Now you've got something that can make you money for a lifetime. And not only that, it's how you go about installing the beliefs for all these things, right? Because the whole concept of the Trading Mind Wheel and the conference is that everything is it begins with mindset, and there's mindset involved in all these different things. How do you build a belief? You do it in this way. You start to see, well, how does it work? How could this thing have worked in the past? How does it start to work now? And that's a lot of what's going to help you to get past fears, right? Like, so much fear in trading is has to do with lack of confidence, right? You're taking your hard-earned money and you're putting it into the market for something that you kind of think works. Well, I'm listening to this guy. I read it in this book here, but well, when that money is really on the line, uh, unless if you've done this kind of work, that a lot of doubt can creep in. And so this is actually, it sounds like a lot of work, up front, but this is actually the hack to get you moving that much faster. If I had a book like this and a conference like what we're inviting you guys to, it wouldn't have taken me 10 years to start making progress. You'll be able to start making progress right away by showing up to the conference, getting the book, and starting your journey out on the right foot. Now, he said that was the second to last thing. The headline tomorrow, right? We're going to cap off the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference with a fireside chat between me and two-time U.S. investing champion Mark Minervini. Mark also wrote the foreword on this book here, The Trading Mindwheel. So got a lot of great questions to talk to Mark about. He's going to share his wisdom and knowledge with us to end the conference tomorrow. He's going to come on at about 5 o'clock. You're not going to want to miss that. All this, by the way, is all in Eastern Standard Time. So, well, when you register for the conference tomorrow, again, the conference is free. It should convert it to your time, well, wherever you're logging in from. We've got people logging in from all over the planet. So, let's see. Well, what else? Yeah. So questions for tomorrow. And one of the questions that came in, well, one of the more popular questions actually had to do with market analysis and understanding false breakouts and trying to get everybody's answer on how do you avoid fake breakouts, right? So this is going into what would likely be the market and trade analysis panel. Right, so if you've got a question like that, you're definitely going to want to hop on around noontime. So avoiding fake breakouts, we spoke about that one a bit. I think it was on Friday, Thursday or Friday last week. But the way that you're going to avoid false breakouts, or my way of avoiding false breakouts was one, having good handle on the general market conditions, so that way you know if it's a good time to be involved in the market or not, and if it's not, then you could start to scale down your size. And if you're scaling down your size, if you do get a false breakout, well, guess what? It's not going to hurt you as bad. So that's where understanding the market environment comes in. And you can start to see already too, for those of you that have been with us from the beginning. If not, go back and replay the rest of the episode. But you could start to see how all the different skills start to work off each other, right? You've got the market and trade analysis part. You're understanding the market environment. You need to scale down in your size to help protect you from a false breakout. Well, now you're using another skill set. You're using the risk management and the position sizing skills. Um, so there's that part of it for avoiding false breakouts. But then there's another part of it too. The other part of it is understanding what a high quality setup is. You only want to make sure that you're taking the best of the best setups that are out there. If you're just taking any setup that comes across your screen, then uh, you're going to be prone to more false breakouts. Um, in a choppy market environment, it's been a very choppy market environment for a while. Things started to get going last week and the week before, but before that, very, very choppy. So, how can you avoid most of that chop? Very simple. Uh, what you could do is have a very clear list, a very clear checklist for what makes a high quality trade and what doesn't. And if you're seeing a trade and it doesn't check off enough boxes, guess what? You don't take it and you move on to the next one. If that means that you sit on your hands, you sit on your hands. And if you do come across a trade and it does check off the boxes, then you put that trade on. And sometimes a great trade that checks off all the boxes will still be a false breakout. But you know what? If you're also managing your risk, you're managing your sizing, and you start to factor in one of the other skills that we spoke about, trade management, if it does generate a loss, you're going to be able to take tiny, tiny losses like this. And when you do get your big winner, it's going to be able to pay for all those tiny losses. Right now, the environment started to turn. I'm going to take a look, see where my open trades are today. And so far, yeah, so far so good on all of them here. Right? If you're in the newsletter, so I put out a free weekly newsletter from marawealth.com. If you're on that, then I shared my open positions in that newsletter. So I told you guys that I've got IAS, uh, ELF, Hubs, and Axon. Each one of those so far is still up, rock and rolling, and um, that's basically it. Right? You just put them on, you let them work, and that's one of the beauties of swing trading. I'm able to be here with you guys talking versus having to be glued to the screen. And then when you have a strong set of rules that you believe in, that you've tested and you know that they work, then you're not sitting here worried like, oh, well, this trade is starting to come in now. Should I sell? What should I do? Blah, blah, blah. No, like you follow your rules, and following the rules becomes ultra, ultra easy. So let's see what questions came in. You guys over on Twitter and YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, get your questions in, type them into the chat, and I'm going to go through the chat over here on Instagram and see what questions have come in so far. Just take a sip of coffee while I'm doing that. What do you guys think of this mug? Also, I try to bring on different mugs each time. Like that, it's supposed to be the morning coffee with Mike show. I like to bring on different mugs. Tell me which mug is your favorite so far. Let's see. Questions, questions, questions. Just scrolling through Instagram here. Yeah, again, the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference is tomorrow. Starts at 10 a.m. Eastern. You could register at tradingmindwheel.com. It's absolutely free. Yeah, well, why did we make the conference free? I thought it was a bonus. Yeah, so it started out as a bonus for buying the book. Right? It started out as a bonus for buying the book. We decided to make the virtual conference free because we were talking, and it's so rare to get a panel like what we have, all talking together, not just about what's happening in the market, but talking about these specific skills that we felt that it was so important to just blast this out to as many people as we possibly can, to people that are just starting out, people that are have been trading for a little while, maybe they're struggling, and even people that have experience that are doing well, that want to level up, maybe fill a smaller hole in their game. Or this conference is going to be so great because you've got the panel, right? From so many different areas: futures, forex, stocks, long term, swing trading, day trading, and you have them all talking on all these different core skills. And not only that, this conference is going to be interactive. So you get to ask questions live, get your questions answered. And it's, we just wanted to do our best to serve you guys and put that out there for free, no strings attached. All you have to do is just register and show up. Um, so we've got that, and now we've also added more bonuses just for ordering the book. So if you order the book, um, what we're going to do is I'm going to do a live Q&A. We're targeting is sometime next month to do the live Q&A for anybody that orders the book. And what we're going to do is we're going to set it up where it'll be an open mic Q&A. So you'll be able to ask your question live on the microphone. We'll be able to talk uh, and answer your questions that way. So really looking forward to that. And of course, we'll take questions beforehand too. That and that, if you start ordering more copies out, like if you order 4 copies, or if I think you order 10 copies, you're starting to get like 6 months free access to the Mara Elite program, the premium version of that. You're getting 6 months free access to Jim Ropel's Growth Stock Mentor, 6 months to Adam Sarhan's Fine Leading Stock Service, and you add all that stuff up, and it's like 2.5 grand, more than 2.5 grand for all these different services. And for 10 copies of a book like that, that's insane. So some people might be asking too, well, what the heck am I going to do with 10 copies of a book? Well, read it first and you're going to love it. Now you have copies that you could hand out to other people and help spread the word. So you do this and everybody wins. So that's about it for me. I'm gonna see if there's any other questions that came in. Which crypto is the most trusted? I When I'm trading crypto, I like to stick to the major coins. So your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, Litecoin, the ones that are larger, more liquid. Let's see. Well, what other questions do we have here? You've only seen the monkey mug. All right, so I'm gonna have to mix it up. Um, yeah, tomorrow will be the first time that we're not going to do the live. We're not going to do the morning coffee with Mike because we've got the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference. So I'm hoping to see all of you guys there. You just have to go register and join the conference. What do you think about volume and price action trading? Is it a good way of trading? That's what I do, right? So I'm looking at price, I'm looking at volume, but I'm not only looking at price and volume. So if I were only looking at price and volume, then that means that I'm trading anything that moves, right? That's not what I want to do, particularly in stocks. So, and this is also part of what we're going to be talking about tomorrow at the Trading Mindwheel Virtual Conference in the market and trade analysis section. So, how do you filter out all of the different opportunities down into just a few of them? Well, if you're trading stocks, the way that I like to do it is to first start out from with a bunch of fundamental screens. And what I'm screening for are the common characteristics of the stocks that have historically moved dramatically over a relatively short period of time. And those characteristics tend to be extraordinary earnings and sales, something that's new with the company, whether it's a new product, a new service, a new CEO, all those kinds of things, that it has institutional sponsorship. So it has the major funds of the world buying it quarter over quarter over quarter. You could see it in the chart, but you could also see it if you're looking at the number of funds that own this thing over each quarter, and you want to see that expanding. So those are a few of the screens that I look for to help narrow things down. But once it gets into the actual trading of that stock, then I'm looking at the price and I'm looking at the volume, and I want to see price and volume contract and set up over several weeks, and then I'm looking for the breakout. Got a comment from Bagay Karate Team saying that they're looking forward to the conference. Looking forward to seeing you guys there tomorrow too. Let's see. Well, what other questions do we have here? I use RSI support and volume and price action. Yeah, all that's great. All that's great. There's No one indicator that's better than something else. Well, what's the best thing I feel is that we have our indicators and we use them consistently, that we understand them deeply. It's in that deep understanding that we're going to be able to see the nuances of how that indicator behaves, and we'll be able to get in to a trade earlier. We'll be able to exit earlier and end up pocketing more of the gains because of it. All right. Looks like that's it. Well, yeah, we're at the 10 o'clock mark, so I'm going to hop off, going to finish preparing for tomorrow's conference. I can't wait to see you guys there. Tradingmindwheel.com. Make sure that you are registered, and yeah, get the while you're at it, grab a copy of the Trading Mind Wheel. The book, the reviews are coming in already. It's already shipping. Some of you have it already. I appreciate your kind words. I appreciate the reviews. Go spread the word and come to the conference tomorrow. Can't wait to see you. Take care. Much love. Peace out, everybody.